I might have to think about letting someone go though at some point, because we're not getting money as quickly as I would like. Let's see. Stress levels are good though. May 2021. Now we're only getting 200,000. Mr. President, I had a wonderful time in Hawaii. Sun, water, and air have done miraculous things for me. I'm as ready to solve your problems as ever. Aha, 1.5%. Mr. President, Alvaro did great. Intimidating the media. Excellent. The reporters from Just DC spotted the surveillance and wrote that they couldn't be intimidated. Then they promptly started watching what they say. Their traffic is down 3% and our numbers got a big bump. I have the address of all the troublesome journalists in the country. If you could spare the talent, we could do this on a regular basis. Oh, man. I might need to throw some talent. Like, I might need to change my administration so that because my approval rating's pretty high, but it's money that we really need right now. So I might need to make some adjustments. Billy Waterhouse says, thank you, Mr. President. That was a lovely tour. According to Alta, this administration was created perfect working conditions for women. And this appears to be true. At least judging by a total of 7 female restrooms I was able to locate for one woman. It's got to be a record for a government institution. In my post on the Female Breadwinners Forum, I called the White House a true stronghold of democracy. Such tours will now be a regular feature and will be donating token amounts to your charity foundation each month. Thank you, Mr. President. Nice. Oh my God. Wolfhide. Sir, this big corncob won't ever open his trap or underestimate the Secret Service again. We managed to intercept the moron even though he kicked and screamed just as hard as a horse. Press may call you a paranoid coward, but I personally think there's no such thing as too much precaution. I figured that would bite us. Head of the Center for Transgender People, thank you for saving Triana from being deported to Iran. Shock News had a major feature with her where she couldn't stop thanking the president. No doubt everyone appreciates your heart. Feel good. Feel good. That was a really good month. Joanna says the latest bio in Sans has the whole country talking. Appears the president is hiding some unpleasant facts about his past. Berta Glover says the USA needs a new national anthem, which expresses the changes we've undergone over the years and all the progress we've made. Archie's back, tweeting up a storm. Greetings, Twitter. I have been mastering a means of communication in order to stand up to a swindler who calls himself president. That's a lot of likes. Not good. Ellie. More and more people in Washington are saying that the impeachment case against you is gaining enough supporters in Congress. We're even talking about our fellow party members. Supposedly those of them who didn't want to recognize your victory in the primaries are ready to stab you in the back at any moment. Well, this is just a rumor, but I remind you that we have a great way to hedge against any mishaps. Remember Noah's offer. He informed me that the price of his service is bigger now because of the whole impeachment thing, but it's still a penny if you take into account that we can not only push forward the amendment, but also prevent impeachment. Perry Heiser, head of the Free Riders Association, says, Sir, our planet's bravest keep doing daredevil acts in the name of their national leaders. Just in recent memory, the acrobat Dan Averda walked a tightrope over a volcanic crater to bring the Nicaraguan president into the limelight. The athlete Semyon Medved of Norilsk responded by hanging from the gymnastics ring for half an hour while naked. And what about the runner Zhu Jia, who traveled the length of the Great Wall on all fours? You're no less deserving of people risking their lives for the sake of raising your profile. Alas, us big mountain skiers aren't too well off. Dreams about slopes are all we have most of the time. Would you mind making a small donation to our association to make the entire world know what a cool prez you are? Sure. Director of the Federal Bureau of Prisons, Stephen Chu, says, Sir, our intelligence claims that forced labor camps are generating about 3% of Chinese GDP. All the while our own thieves, murderers, and rapists are slacking off in the slammers, wasting the taxpayers' hard-earned coin. Here I've got plans for establishing an experimental camp for re-education through labor. And we're now only waiting for your go-ahead to put the shovels into the ground. Doesn't this sound good? No? Francine Lordy, coordinator of the Center to Counter Disinformation. Mr. President, my department has been sieving through each and every comment online to sniff out cyber terrorists. Here's a peculiar thing we noticed recently. There's been a 700% spike in the number of comments to pieces featuring Mr. Feist. Most of those pick at his tremendous girth over wild drinking habits. Okay. Upon analyzing the traffic, we concluded those are by Russian trolls. Honestly, no idea what their endgame is here. Mind if we spill the beans to the media mentioning it was you who initiated the probe into this? Sure. That should get us some popularity, I think. Sir, remember that talk about a big freestyle stunt in your honor? I regret to inform you that Bronze Rubens, our top skier, perished in the event. He fell into a spruce trap head first and died on the spot. Most of your donation will be used to arrange his funeral. God rest his soul. Oh. Hey, it worked! Mr. President, standing up to your former rival instead of letting him have it from the entire internet was truly a masterstroke. Championing for each and every American is your style, and that's what Stans wrote on the matter. Summary down. God, we just keep dealing with stuff. It's just constantly bombarded. Orta Chambers, the CIA director, says, Mr. President, this morning at 9:35, the Connecticut submarine halted all communications. Operational radar reconnaissance reports the sonic signatures of a vessel laying down on the seabed. This is off the Gulf Coast and the territorial waters of Republic of Cuba. The Connecticut was taking part in a secret special operation. Not in coordination with Cuban authorities, they remain unaware of the boat's location near the Cayman Islands. What exactly happened to the vessel will soon be established by our analysts. It's most likely a sign of enemy aggression or sabotage from a crew member. We are operating under the belief that the crew is still alive. The first 2 hours will be critical in bringing them home safely. Mr. President, sir, what are we going to do about our men? We'll save our people at any cost. Mr. President, I'm glad that our country is led by a man who cares about the lives of ordinary sailors. Poseidon 4 rescue vessel has arrived in the extraction area. Evacuation has begun. Unfortunately, half of the crew died after an explosion in the torpedo compartment. We managed to save the other half. The Cuban Coast Guard appeared on the scene. Our diplomats are currently in talks. So far, it looks like we're heading for another open conflict with the Cuban authorities. That's pretty serious. Oh. After what happened in the Cayman Islands, one question hangs heavily in the air. Could the president and his administration have done more to prevent this tragedy? I did everything I could! Should I have just ignored it? Maybe that could have been much worse if we didn't act. Clint says, it's a shame I'm not currently running your administration, Mr. President, but I understand that you know better than I do which people should fill which positions. I don't take it personally, and I'm eager to continue our partnership. I like Clint. Maybe we should dump that other guy. New events. Update the anthem. Save the billionaire. Mysterious developments. Get rid of restaurants. Get rid of restaurants? Boost the mentions. Alvaro needs to go on a break. Holy crap. We have a lot of things to deal with. So Snotty Joe is lure the journalist who is bothering you at a press conference to your side. Save the whistleblower. An American who has spent a decade in exile wants to return home. That sounds like a job for 10. Hey man, you remember Will Tritch? That hacktivist who exposed the Homeland Surveillance Program back in 2010? Ever since Tritch exposed the truth about our intelligence services, they've been hunting him harder than they hunt the terrorists. Meanwhile, Tritch has been hiding out in Venezuela, trying to challenge in absentia the warrant for his arrest in the United States. Of course, there was zero justification for it. After our election victory, Tritch has renewed hopes that he'll be able to reunite with his family. But if he just came back, the FBI would grab him right up at the airport. Openly supporting Tritch isn't an option. The establishment and the journalists would brand us enemy of America. And if that happens, how are we going to prove that he's actually a patriot? We've got to do something to help that poor guy out. I'm sure Tritch will return the favor. It's got a lot of dirt on the establishment, and the special services that are hunting him know this full well. Getting Tritch out of trouble is going to be tricky. One wrong move and the FBI will beat us to the punch. I'm afraid we'll either have to dig into the depths of the dark web and smuggle Tritch across the border, that would be Ollie, or we find some way to change the way America thinks about him. There's no other way. Change the way America thinks about him. Maybe? Ollie? Maybe? Behind the scenes negotiations, connections from people in power. Or Alvaro. What about that other guy? Conrad. Guns or bare knuckles? I don't know. Let's do update the anthem first, because this is the one that we have to do, and the rest of them we can decide on, right? I'll have to think on that. My friend, I don't know about you, but I think our old anthem isn't very inspiring. Even in just the last century, we managed to do lots of important things. Astronauts, computers, memes with hamsters eating strawberries. None of this is in the old anthem. It's mostly just the sun and some bombs. I feel like America is demanding a more modern anthem. A good chorus with upbeat female vocals will definitely make our people happier. All the options that I'm bringing you have gone through over 1 million edits and approvals, but as always, the final say is yours, man. It's time to turn a new page in history. Which anthem do you think will bring the nation even closer together? States of the Universe. Holy shit. America, America, you are the apex predator. Underwater like a shark. Policy brief by a cultural scientist. Our strength lies in unity on Jupiter and Mars. Our flag will fly in alien skies, united across the stars. Increase army recruitment by 5.2%. Arms sales by 7%. Reduce violent crime by 2%. Life in a great country. Fast food and neon signs. Social media is spinning wild. Every day a new beginning. Our children are finally winning. Baby think, sit and think how lucky you be. Baby think, sit and think you live in a great country. By Lil Doc. Increase domestic demand for goods by 7%. Increase the inflow of labor abroad by 3%. Lil Doc's fresh urban edge in Life in Great Country is intertwined with pastoral sketches of American life, inscribed in the ahistorical context of consumer society and refracted through the prism of the Zoomer generation zeitgeist. American Rainbow. Past the cornfields through the trees, an endless country, peace on earth for you and me. A beautiful land without a foe, like endless love, we'll never let it go. America, America, we are one family. America, America, a rainbow for you and me. Sophia Hill, a blogger. Increase fertility by 7%. Increase profitability of agriculture by 3%. Reduce militaristic sentiment by 8%. The lyrics may seem at first glance simple, even vapid. But in fact, each letter of this anthem has been sprinkled with the pollen of the new generation's latent cravings, the escapism, the self-isolation, squirming away from the stinging thorns of a cruel world. These all kind of suck. The bombastic drone of the new anthem, States of the Universe, pierces the listener's oral world like a red-hot needle. Its lush meaning and subtle subtext rise to the ear, like the unsteady notes of a reed flute in a forest of pine. The anthem celebrates pride in the achievements of the United States, and this pride, like boiling lava, rises straight from the heart of the American middle class. I think I like Life in a Great Country the best. Great choice, man. When I hear that melody, I want to just grab a big fat burger in both hands and take a greedy bite, and then drive off into the sunset in an electric car. I'm sure our new anthem will spur demand for American goods and inspire the youth. It's all about the youth, everybody. Hey, the American public likes their new anthem. No longer living in the shadow of their imperialist past, the people are more confident that the United States will continue to lead the world into the future. Okay. Francine Lordy, the coordinator of the Center to Counter Disinformation, says, "Sir, an agent codenamed Hazard turned out to be way more of a hazard than we could ever expect. The son of a bitch sold out to the Russians and kept relaying all our moves regarding the Bahrain military base to them for years. We've already dealt with Hazard properly, so we've got that going for us at least. I would, however, ask you to classify this less than glorious episode in the history of our clandestine operations. Would you sign the order?" No, the people should know about it. I'm trying to go with popularity. Mr. President, a year ago, this is Timothy Elliott, director at Lil Music Records. Mr. President, a year ago, the hit-making rapper Lil Doc had run into a writer's block. This is the guy who wrote the anthem for us. He'd often be seen around the city sporting a foot-long beard, fleeced with cobwebs and cat hair head to toe, which made his fans despair. Yesterday, however, he announced his return to the industry. All because of the president-elect's acceptance speech he heard on TV. Now Lil Doc wants to sample your address to the nation and use it in his track about fighting depression. Will you mind him mixing excerpts from your speech into it? No? Rudy Wolfowitz, Secretary of Defense, says, "Sir, those pesky Chinese sure have a nerve. At their joint military exercise with the Russians, they blasted a few missiles off the shore of Kuril Islands. May I suggest a countermeasure? We could practice carpet bombing near our Misawa base in Japan. Just say yes, and we'll immediately let them know the eagle of democracy is as vigilant as ever." No. Vikram Murthy, ambassador of India, says, "Mr. President, a volcano eruption on Barren Island." Well, it's called Barren Island. I'm sure we'll be fine. "Rendered 300,000 people homeless." Maybe not. Why did they call it Barren Island then? An Air Force plane is departing there in a few hours to evacuate American tourists. I asked if they could also bring some ration packs for the island's poorest while we're at it. However, your staffers say this plane is only cleared to carry arms or personnel for Mr. President. Oh, sorry. Arms or personnel. Mr. President, I beg you to intervene and aid my compatriots. If you don't help me not arrive before the next eruption. Yeah, we'll help. I'm getting the hang of this now. So, we really need cash. I'm going to change the administration. 150. How can I make more money? Is this the... I think this is the way that we're going to make the most money, right? You gain 300,000. So we'd have to move Jerry over. I don't know if that's going to make him leave. And another 250,000. We're going to lose ratings, but that's fine. Okay. Boss, you ignored my wishes and didn't appoint me chief of staff. Because of that, I'm not willing to continue working with you unless you give me double my salary. Wouldn't you agree? I'm fine with that because we're paying 92,000, but we're getting 300,000. So it's still a bonus for us. I'm glad you appreciate my contribution to your work so much, Mr. President. Okay. Nice. Ambassador of India says, Mr. President, you should have seen the gleaming eyes of those Indian kids opening you said stamp boxes. Those memories will last them a lifetime. By the way, a video of one such unboxing featuring a painfully cute wide-eyed kid who says hi and thank you to the US president went viral. It has raked in over 1 million likes already. Francine Lordy, sir, that hazard story is getting a bit hot. The media found out somehow the bastard had dumped terabytes of data concerning our arms and equipment to the Russian FSB. As Right in the Center put it, this is a gong show on a scale unseen even during Feist's term. So that I would object. I've seen worse under Feist and before him as well. Okay. Snotty Joe. We might need Alta for that. And we have a bunch of other ones. Clear the airspace over the presidential retreat. Mr. President, there's some weird-ass stuff going on at Camp David. Every night a drone operated by some idiot is making circles above your retreat. I mean, the little flying shits aren't hard to down with EMP guns. You're yet to find the guy controlling them. God knows where the bastard is set up shop. Could be anyone from terrorists to foreign spies or even your political rivals. Maybe you have an expert who could help us track the flying piece of shit. We would then do our very best to beat the idea of the presidential right to privacy into the culprit's head. Probably Ollie. Stress. Okay. I'm gonna try Tien on that. Oh, yeah. Let's send Tien and Jerry. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, let's just see if they can do anything. I got in touch with Tritch, and it turns out that he's a big supporter. He says that if you can personally vouch for his safety, get on a flight to Washington right now. But as you yourself know, there are some serious people at the FBI, and it won't be easy to get them off the scent. So tell me, how are we going to protect Tritch from being arrested? Bring Tritch into the country discreetly on a diplomatic flight from Vietnam. Launch a media awareness campaign. No, that's not going to do it. Make a deal with the airport security director and smuggle Tritch in your luggage. A person? Have his prosecution dropped. Let's try this. Discreetly, a diplomatic flight from Vietnam. Mr. President, since diplomats get to bypass customs, they can bring in drugs and weapons and lots of other nice things. Be amazed to see their airplane luggage compartments. I myself have never done any smuggling. We even had to load Mr. Tritch into a taxi. Well, it was still in the suitcase. I hope he doesn't hold too much of a grudge. Hey man, Tritch was just reunited with his wife and kids. You can't imagine how grateful he is to you. This guy has a lot of incriminating evidence against the establishment. Their whole behind-the-scenes apparatus is on the ropes. We'll be able to find out all kinds of amazing facts about anyone you want, from face bribes to the Pope's boys. As a thank you for his rescue, Tritch gave me a folder with some interesting information about a couple of senators, including the very powerful Dickinson of Alaska. Might come in handy if you ever have anything to talk to her about. Write a post. Oh, nice. I love doing these. U.S. intelligence agencies are the chief enemies of free speech. CIA doesn't like to be told the truth about them. Doesn't America need free, honest people? If you say one word of truth, you're finished. Honest people here are forced out of the country and into hiding. Yeah, honest people are forced out of the country and into hiding. Will Tritch is living proof of that. But Will Tritch has found a way back. Will, America is with you. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, yeah. Free Will Rich. Trich, sorry. What's his name again? Will Trich should be thrown in the pit. Pomeranian spits puppies. Oh. Maybe it's not as popular as I thought. Will's on our side! That's cool. We need another hacker. Hacktivist. Okay, Mr. President, you saved me. Now I'll do whatever you want. Good job, Tien. Damn. And we got a 1% bump. Bruno Levitt, CEO at CryptoZell, says, Mr. President, having currency sure is nice, but cryptocurrency is even better. Zellcoin value skyrocketed by 17 times in just 6 months. We're only picking up steam. No doubt the rates would soar ever higher should an influential figure decide to invest in us. So here's the thing, Mr. President. Would you consider converting some of your assets into Zellcoin? This seems like one of those things where I could make a bunch of money, but no. Buddy, there's a wheeler dealer I know who's selling a gorgeous necklace with the mother of all sapphires. He even let me know he's ready to give our president a cool discount. Here I thought, with our dear Ellie being so prickly lately, this is a perfect opportunity to treat her to something really nice. Would you like to splurge on this sapphire and save us all so much pain? No, you... This music's driving me crazy. You keep fucking us over, Estaba. Okay, Snotty Joe, Witch Hunt, Curb the Congresswoman, Save the Billionaire, Hack the Diplomats. Lots and lots to do. Oh, and hold on, I want to see this latest thing that we got. 500,000. So what are we up to for cash? 500, 2.7, 2.8, 3.8, 4 million. So we're up to 6.6 million. And we need, so we need another 6.6, 3.4 million. I think we could do it. I think we could do this.